if you want to win more games in chess, then you definitely need to be an aggressive and an attacking player that will be very annoying for your opponents, and this video will serve to do just as that. I am Lando and let's get started. So I've just selected a random position. It really doesn't matter the opening stage. By the way, this is the immortal game of Akiba Rubinstein. He was playing black in this position. Let me flip the board for you. And I've selected this game because it shows you how exactly you should attack your opponents in chess, and those key fundamentals that will bring you more great results. So do stay tuned around. I'm going to skip ahead the opening lines very quickly. He castled there, queen d2 was played, queen e7, and in this stage both him and his opponent Rotlewi, they were about to finish their development in this case. Only a few moves to go, and yeah, rook d8, queen e2, bishop b7, short castles. And as you can see in this position, both players have finished the opening stage. They have both developed their minor pieces, both kings and castle to safety, and they have both connected their rooks. And yeah, we can say that we have reached the middle game stage. And in this position, I have a very quick question for you. How would you play here as black? You can actually pause the video and try to guess the moves on your own. So in this position, most of the players would consider like pushing the pawns in the center of the board, playing something like pawn e5 and looking for this fork. Others may play the move h6 to remove this pawn from the attack of this bishop and the extra of the queen in the future. Others may bring the rook to c8. Others may play a5 in the future, looking to break the queen side. So all these moves actually, they do make sense. They do follow certain rules in the chess game, but as most chess players read many books these days, they're actually stuck with lots of key certain ideas that they actually do not know how to implement in their own games, and this is really a crucial and yet the most key factor that results to annoying blunders and oversights that make people lose nowadays. So so you would definitely want to avoid such matters in your own games, and just to follow a simple yet a universal thinking algorithm that will bring you many nice victories. So that simple is actually concluded in one move. You need to attack your opponents and you need to create more problems for them. So let's see how you can actually do this in the middle game. So in this position, Rubinstein played the move knight to e5. So the idea of this move is that it opens the light squared bishop and it brings more pieces forward in the white's position, and currently hits the bishop and the knight on f3. So when looking for attacking moves in your opponent's half of the board, you should ask yourself, how can I move my pieces forward into the opponent's territory and take or attack something? So in this instance, your opponent's territory is the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st rank, and your territory is the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th ranks. So you can actually ask yourself, how can you move forward into the opponent's territory and take or attack something? Then while asking yourself that question, you will definitely notice that you can play the move knight to e5 and attack the bishop and the knight currently, and you can keep on using the same idea over and over again to create more problems for your opponent. So his opponent played the move knight takes e5. In this instance, Rubinstein continued with the bishop takes e5, and now you can see that black's bishops are nicely placed in the board. They control these long diagonals toward the white king, and Rotlewi played f4 here, attacking the bishop, forcing it back. So the bishop retreated to c7, and after he played the move e4, you can actually see that Rotlewi is following the idea as well. He is moving towards the opponent's territory, and Rubinstein bought the least active piece in the game, rook c8. Since currently there is actually no good way to go forward into the opponent's territory and take or take something, then in that instance you need to prepare such tasks. By that you can actually use the principle of the least active piece. This mainly relies on your pieces that are currently doing nothing, so you can select the least active piece in your position and just bring it into the game to prepare such attacking measures. So in this instance, if you are playing black, you can actually see that your rook here on a8 is kind of stuck in the corner doing nothing, so you can just slide it over to c8, whereby it will stand here on an open file, and later when you move this bishop, you will actually see that the bishop will put strong pressure on the knight. So Rubinstein played rook a c8, Rotlewi played the move e5 here, and in this instance I have another idea that I would like you to keep in mind. There is a phrase that in chess that says offense is the best defense. I think it was stated when I first heard it, it was stated by one of the strong Russian grandmasters, Igor Smirnov. He said that in chess you do not need to automatically think about defense all the time, so you should look for those moves that are unpleasant for your opponent, and you should consider playing them first, and later on, if they do not work, you can consider a simple normal move, and yeah, you can just keep on playing like that. So you do not need to be like the average players. When they are attacked, they only think about defense, but yet you should think how you can create problems for your opponent, and this mainly implies that you should look for forcing move in your opponent's position, which are checks, captures, and attacking moves, because when in this position you play the move bishop to b6 check, which is what Rubinstein played, this is a check to the opponent's king, and this limits white's position, white's replies towards your moves. As this is a forcing move, it currently attacks the king, so white has to answer to that threat. And yeah, in this instance they played the move king to h1, and Rubinstein found a very nice idea in this position, which is the move knight to g4. Yeah, this might hang a knight for a moment, because white can actually take the knight here, but in this instance, if white captures the knight, then you can actually see that this bishop over here will be hanging. So after queen takes on g4, queen takes the knight here on g4, then rook can take here on d3, and white will continue putting more pressure on white's position, as the rook will stand on the white's half of the board, which is our ideal strategy to get our pieces into the opponent's half of the board, so that we can actually create threats around his king. So after the move knight to g4, Rotlewi played the move bishop to e4 here. Now he is currently putting strong pressure on this bishop and removing this bishop from being attacked. by the rook. So he will capture here, and then he will capture the knight. Sounds good, but Rubinstein actually found another counterintuitive idea, which is actually comes from our thinking system as well. So in this position, I would like you to pause the video and ask the same question that I told you earlier on about how you can move forward into white's position and take or attack something. So you can pause the video and try to find the move that Rubinstein played in this position. And yeah, hopefully you found it. Rubinstein actually noticed that he does not have to defend this bishop. Instead, he can go on and create threats in the white position by playing the move queen to h4. The move queen h4 now actually threatens checkmating one. So let's say white captures here, then this is actually queen takes h2 is checkmate straight away. White in this position play the move g3. So g3 covers the second rank from any checkmating threats. And in this position, Rubinstein played a spectacular move that I guess most of you can not find in this position. So if you definitely found this move, then congratulations, you really are a strong chess player, and you will definitely win a lot of games. So in this position, you can actually use the rule that I shared earlier on. You ask yourself, how can you move forward into the opponent's position and take or attack something? You can actually start from the highest valued piece in your position, the queen. So you actually see that here the queen can actually take here on h2 check. It's very important that when doing this, you need to turn off your criticism for a moment, because it is in our human nature to see that, well, queen takes h2 just loses material, because after queen takes on h2, there's knight takes h2, then king takes on h2, then we will be down a material because we took a pawn for the knight. And yeah, that is really not working. Then you can actually see that in your position you have no logical moves by your queen. Then you move on with the rooks over here. Then you ask yourself, how can you move your rooks forward into the opponent's territory and take or attack something? So in this position, you will actually see the move rook to d2, which is not so of a bad idea, as it attacks the queen. So the queen will capture the rook. Then what? Okay, you will actually see that, oh, after queen takes on d2, then you can play bishop takes on e4 check, but you are still down a rook though, because white will capture here with the knight, and then you have no logical continuation in this position. So let's cancel the move of this as well. So moving on to the other rook, the rook can actually take here on c3, removing the defender of this bishop on e4. Sounds intriguing. This is actually, for spoilers, this is the move that Rubinstein played, which is really spectacular. As you can see that he actually used the system that I demonstrated earlier by finding the moves that take or attack something in the opponent's position, and this literally works in almost every chess position that you can ever reach. So you will consider playing rook takes c3, and then you continue looking, oh, is there another move that it can play? Okay, I have bishop takes on e4 check, because this is a capture in the opponent's position. But you can see from close perspectives that after bishop takes on e4, then knight takes on e4, then you literally have nothing to show for this exchange, besides that you traded pieces and activated white's knight further. And yeah, you can dismiss this move from here. Then um, then you can move to your list of moves that you have selected. So in this position you have selected the move rook takes on c3, which is a spectacular move that indeed Rubinstein played. And yeah, let's see the move in action. So Rubinstein here, with this move, he actually sacrificed his queen. So rook takes on c3 was played, and his opponent Gerst Rotlewi, who is actually a strong chess player, one of the strong chess international masters of the past. So he played the move g takes on h4. He actually captured the queen, why not? And his opponent Rubinstein continued with this very universal system that you can actually apply in almost every chess position. In this position he used the same idea again, and with close calculation he actually found out that the move rook d2 in this position works very well. And yeah, actually in this position white has a losing position, as after the move queen takes on d2 we see the move bishop takes on e4 check. The king actually has no squares to run to, so we can actually see that this is covered by the dark squared bishop, and this is the check from the light squared bishop. And white's position is dead lost here. White continued with queen g2, sacrificing the queen back, but Rubinstein here continued with a knockout punch that really is definitely spectacular. In this position he played a crushing move rook to h3, and his opponent Gerst Rotlewi resigned the game. White has no sufficient defense against rook takes h3, rook takes h2 checkmate, and whatever he does he's definitely losing, because after queen takes e4 then there's simply rook takes h2 checkmate. So even if he plays the move rook to g1, there's simply rook takes h2 checkmate, because the queen is pinned to the king, so the queen cannot take the rook. And yeah, he is definitely lost here, which was a spectacular way. And it all started right here when you continue finding those nasty moves in your opponent's half of the board. Instead of just running away here or playing like a coward, you continue with the forcing moves in your position that attack or force your opponent to defend. Then you play the move bishop to b6 check, instead of running your knight back or doing something passive, and you will continue having nice positions and many nice victories ahead. So that was the idea that I wanted to share with you, and hopefully you enjoyed the game as well. And try this idea in your games, and you will definitely see great results ahead. I'm wishing you a great rest of your day, and goodbye.